Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work without you guys. So thank you very much for being here and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Today has been a very, very busy day in Dallas Cowboy land. It started off this morning with Jane Slater saying that Dak Prescott was looking to be right behind Pat Mahomes as far as pay and compensation. Of course, when we posted and talked about that, many Cowboy fans are like, oh, he's crazy. That ain't going to happen. Well, then later on, Jane Slater reported that Dak Prescott has been at the facilities every day since he got back from Costa Rica. Costa Rica, or was it? I'm sorry, Dominican Republic. Don't let me put false information out there. Like one, you know who I'm talking about. Dan, that guy who wish he were the man, Orlowski. I want to make sure that I have my information correct. But Dak Prescott has been actually at the facilities, which is good news because then the Cowboys know exactly how the recovery is going. They can see exactly how it's going to be. Their doctors can look at him. So if there was an issue for the Cowboys to sign him, they would know. And apparently Todd France and Stephen Jones have been talking, and that's where the sides seem to be hopeful that they'll be able to get a deal done to the detriment of Dak Prescott haters. The thing that kind of amazes me is no matter what you say or, things you can point out, there's no quarterback that is perfect in every category. There's not. But when you look at some of the things, I'm trying to understand, is it you just hate Dak Prescott regardless of what you see or numbers-wise? I posted earlier today about when a defense gives up 30 or more points, the best quarterback in shootouts is Tom Brady at .357. That's it. Tom Brady doesn't win if his defense gives up a lot of points. That's the best. Next is Pat Mahomes, like 3.20. And then, of course, it's Drew Brees at like 2.6. And then Dak at 2.5. And then Big Ben at like 2.2. So most quarterbacks' chances of winning are about 10 or 15% or worse. Even with knowing that when a defense gives up a lot of points, chances are you're not going to win. People will still say, nah, Dak's garbage. And it's just blind hate. That's the only thing I can think of. It's just blind hate. And I'm trying to understand what it is about Dak that people just hate. But regardless, the Cowboys and Dak Prescott seem to be getting closer and closer on a deal, and more than likely will get one done. So I guess the talking heads will, of course, have that still to talk about. Every time there's an incomplete pass, boy, they paid Dak Prescott $40 million. They need a refund. That's coming. But now we're beginning to hear some of the re-signings and, of course, some people that are being, brought back and stuff. Johnson, who got traded for along with a number 2 pick to Houston. That's the first person I've heard that's actually coming back. He re-signed for $6 million. So they've got him, and I guess they have Deshaun Watson. Another name, you're going to hear a lot of big names out there, Kyle Rudolph. And my man, D. Stu, he sent me the link and said, hey, man, Kyle Rudolph. I wouldn't mind Kyle Rudolph. And I said, excuse me. I said, he's been kind of downhill the last 2 years. Now, we might attribute that to Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins has been getting quite a few yards. Kyle Rudolph, let's go to the numbers here real quick. I know you can't see that with this screen because it's too small. But 2018 was actually a fantastic year, or was a really good year for him. He had 64 receptions, 4 TDs, 634 yards. Now, 2016, he was an absolute beast, had 83 receptions, 840 yards, 10.1 average. 2019 was not a real good year. He was targeted 48 times, came down with 39 receptions for 9.4 yards, 6 TDs. Now, he was a red zone threat, but 2020, 28 receptions, 334 yards, and 1 TD. You're talking about a guy who's been around for 10 years and has a lot of miles. He's 32 years old. He was making, let me make sure I get this right. I want to say that it was, if I can get my mouse over there, here we go. He was scheduled to make $9.3 million this year. Basically, Minnesota will have $4.3 million in dead money and will save $5 million on this move. So this is a cap savings. Now, I'm not sure what he's going to expect to get. I would imagine that he'll take a pay cut to play someplace because this year the salary cap could potentially be going down. But I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure that that's the guy that we need to sign because I'm sitting here looking at Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz, of course, 2019 had 1 reception for 6 yards. But Dalton Schultz had actually a phenomenal year last year. He had 63 receptions for 615 yards and 4 TDs. Let me say that again. 63 receptions, 615 yards, 9.8 average, and 4 TDs. You've actually got to go back to 2018 Kyle Rudolph, where Kyle Rudolph had 64, and literally only had 20 yards more. And same number of TDs. Look at that. This is identical to what Kyle Rudolph was 3 years ago. So you have that. And then let's also look over here at Blake Jarwin. Blake Jarwin, of course, only had 1 reception this year because he got injured. But actually the year before, in 2019, 31 receptions. This is with Jason Witten now. 31 receptions, 365 yards, 11.8 yards per reception, which was really good, in 3 TDs. Quite frankly, as the backup tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, that was 2019 Kyle Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph had, let's see how many more. Had 6 more catches and 2 more TDs. So taking on Kyle Rudolph, I'm not sure that I need that one. That one, you're looking at the trend for him. He's been going downhill since 2016. So I think I'm good as far as Kyle Rudolph. But because Kyle Rudolph's one of those names that you know, I know Cowboy fans will say, go get that guy. Kyle Rudolph, we need to sign that guy. Not everybody is a guy that you need and that's going to bring value to the team. I'm more so about let's sign guys that are younger, that don't have so many miles, that aren't trending downhill. Okay? So Kyle Rudolph, that would be a no for me. But hey, I'm just a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll in my basement talking about the Cowboys. I got no power on what the Cowboys do, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? He might go to another team and end up being an all-star. You never know. So with that being said, we'll see what happens. We have one more day down to get Dak Prescott's deal done. We're now down to 6 days and 20 hours left to get it done. I'm Mark Holmes, and of course you saw Michael Anthony is right behind me mealing around, and I'll see you guys later.